Hey, Camping Nation. It's been a long time, I know. But I've got some new stuff for new material and to carry on with the show. This time, show how to install a fifth wheel hitch in a 2018 Ford F250 Super Duty diesel.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so what we got here is a Husky hitch. This is the puck system. The truck conveniently and luckily has the fifth wheel prep package. I knew little to nothing about that when we bought it. You can see the rubber plugs, and that makes this so much easier. And it makes life with a fifth wheel hitch easier down the road also, because now I can remove and install this hitch in a matter of 10-15 minutes and be ready to haul anything. And I don't have anything in the bed except for those plugs that you see right now. If it had a regular universal fifth wheel hitch, you would have rails going across. Plus it would take a few more hours to install because you have to get underneath the bed and put these reinforcements from frame to frame and then bolt down to those reinforcements. When this is literally just assemble, drop into the holes, and lock it. This is the only thing we're waiting on to where we can go get our new camper. I may have Allen wrenches for that. The lady at Dayton Freight made this sound like it was going to be a real pain to unload. And it was actually stupid simple. For a second, I thought I paid $900. Actually, it was about $8 something after shipping and all that for everything except for the actual fifth wheel plate. This looks like where you would drop the fifth wheel plate. This is the fifth wheel plate. It's just upside down. Okay, tools. Okay, this is what I was talking about. If this did not have the prep kit, then I would have to have these bolted down in the bed of the truck from now until eternity. But since I do have the prep kit, my bed floor could be flat as soon as I pop the hitch up out of here. The truck is a 2018, and that matters because this kit is for F250 to 350 years 11 to current. OEM fifth wheel gooseneck hitch prep package. Like I said, it's generically referred to as the puck system. Okay. It's showing me to assemble this, which is already assembled. It's a 5/8 Allen wrench. That's something you'll probably have to buy. I'm sure Harbor Freight can get you something. That's my biggest one that I got when I was working on railroad trucks. I used to laugh at these things. Maybe I'm just getting old. It's great. All right, let's start with popping these out. Now remember, you'll want to hold on to these. You'll want to hold on to these. Otherwise, when you go to help your sister move, there'll be holes in your bed floor. You'll need these. Yeah, I'll never lose them there. Now, as high as this truck sits, which is the norm these days, I'm just going to blindly set this at the lowest setting. The travel trailer is only a couple years newer than this truck, a 2020, late 2019. It was built in like November or December. I made sure it was not a COVID trailer. In 2020, they were still trying to react to how high the trucks were getting because they're just getting bigger and bigger. We all know this. I'm just going to put this at the lowest setting, and if I have to adjust it, I'll adjust it. All right. I'm assuming that goes like that. That's that with those. And it goes on this. Okay, I do have those backwards. Now later on, when you go to remove the entire hitch, this is all you have to do is unpin the safety, rotate these out, and lift the entire hitch out. I've heard of people leaving the fifth wheel hitch attached to the camper in the off season. I don't know if I like that thought. That's 230 pounds or so pulling down on the fifth wheel camper. That's a lot of weight. And then you're also leaving it outside all winter, unless you have a barn. So this is the part of the video where I didn't realize it, but my camera died. So we're just going to go over it like this. The installation is pretty easy. The instructions are very well written, at least on the Husky brand. The two sides, you see them on either side, and I had them loosely into the holes for the install for the puck system. I had them in the holes but not latched down. Then you get the I-beam that goes in between the two that bolts across, going laterally left to right in this picture, and bolted those on. You can see the two bolts up to the top on either side, well, one bolt on each side. Then there's one more bolt on each side on the other side, on the front side of the truck. And then you torque those to spec. I can't remember what those were torqued to, but this was the one where I ended up using that huge Allen wrench. You can't see the Allen head, but it's the one on the outside of the assembly. So then once I have those torqued down to spec, then I went ahead and I anchored the whole thing down in the bed, which this was easy. If you look right here, you take those little locking pins out, the spring pins, and you drop it down in there and you just turn the lever 45 degrees. And excuse me, you turn the lever 90 degrees and it locks into place. Then you put the locking pin through there to keep it from backing out. It's actually a pretty cool setup. So now it's secured in the bed of the truck. You've got the base, you got the mounting points, you've got the base for the fifth wheel. Now that large nut in the center of the I-beam going across directly underneath the fifth wheel, I ended up having to take the pin out of that and run the nut back off and pull the bolt out. Then you drop the fifth wheel down into it and you run that bolt through, obviously. On the other side, there is a grease fitting for this. So then you get that in there, snug it down, and this one just called for snug. It didn't call for a torque. It just said snug it. So I snugged it down and put the pin through. So last on the assembly is the handle that you see on the left side. And that's just a couple of 3/8 bolts. It takes a 9/16 inch socket. And you bolt the handle extension to a small tab. And this is what locks and unlocks the hasp onto the fifth wheel kingpin. And that's it on assembly. After that, you do have some adjustments to make. The 4 pins, the little cam locks that went down into the bed, you do have to see and make sure that those are tight. You want no slop on this. And there is an easy adjustment, but it is very important to get that right. So otherwise, you're pretty much done here. I got lucky, and when I guessed about the elevation to mount it, I nailed it perfectly. And it was literally luck of the draw, but I got it nailed. I have about 6 inches between the top of the bed and the bottom of the camper, and the camper rides pretty much level. So it's really, I got lucky on that one. So really all you have left to do is squirt some grease on it, squirt some grease in it, and hook up to the fifth wheel and head out. So let's go to the dealership. Backing up and hooking up. This is the first time I've ever done this. That overhead camera is great. Not much squat, looking pretty. I like it. I had the chance to take it through some nasty winds and storms on the way home, and it towed beautifully. Got her home, get all the stuff in, and get ready to go camping and have fun. And here we go. We're at the campgrounds. Actually, this is when we're rolling out, getting ready to go home. Golf cart in tow.